Okay, Steve, this video is for you. I have your quads all fixed up. So here is your what's it called? Skull V2. Fix the antenna, put on some new props. This one's good to go. The antenna is on the bottom now. I don't know why I put it on the top before. I just wasn't thinking, I guess. So I put it on the bottom, so now Prop Strike definitely will not break that. Actually, on the top would have even been fine too if I would have just ran the cable underneath. But anyway, it's all taken care of now. Good to go. On this one, I did not bind it up to my radio, so you won't need to rebind on this one. Just put it on that model in your radio and it'll be good to go. Alright, so this one's all done. This one was a big old pain in the ass to try to tune. I don't know what the deal was with it, but it's flying great right now. I put some new props on it. I already have it bound up to my radio. You're gonna have to rebind this one. So let me show you real quick. I'll do a little hover since I already have it all ready to go. Flying nice and smooth. I don't know what that sound is. It might be like the bearing in the motor, I think, but I don't know for sure. But it flies smooth, so whatever. The thing about these motors is that they discontinued them, which sucks because these motors were awesome. I love these motors. Back when I built this for you, these were my favorite micro motors. I was putting them on everything. And now they're discontinued, so you can't even find them anywhere. And that really sucks. I mean, if one goes out now, you know, you're screwed. Anyway, yeah, you will have to rebind this. And you're going to want to turn it upside down. And then the bind button is right here. Well, here's your receiver right here, and it's on the bottom side right here. So I'm clicking it right now. Okay. Alright. So that one's good to go. This is your other micro that I built you, and it was flying nice, but you wanted HD added to it, so I added the split mini. It fit pretty good, which I was surprised because, well, I guess these standoffs are kind of tall. They look like almost like 30 millimeters, so yeah, there was definitely room in here, and it still looks good. And now you got some HD recording, so the micro SD slot is right above the USB right there, so you're gonna want to throw a micro SD in there. The bind button for the receiver, you will need to rebind this because I did bind it to my radio. The receiver is right on top of the split, and I was able to access the bind button until I put this strap on. Yeah, it's right inside the slot. I shouldn't have done that, dang it. Probably could push it over. Or, well, yeah, there you go. Alright, you can get to it right there. So it's right here. I'm pushing it right now. I'm clicking it. Alright, so very easy to get to that if you just pull up the strap a little bit. Push it towards the back, and then you'll see the button right there. Okay. So that one's good to go. I put some new props on it as well. Cleaned it up. Added new screws. Yeah, that's good to go. Okay. Here is your 2 HD ones, your Mobula 7 HD, and your Beta 85 4K. So this one had a broken motor shaft. it came with the 1103, or is that 1103 or 1102? I think it's 1102. Yeah, 1102s. It came stock with the 1102s with the 1mm shaft. So I replaced all of the motors with the 1.5mm shaft. So now you shouldn't have that problem of broken shafts. The 1.5mm is much harder to break. And then I got you new props, and I did get you spare props for this as well. I got you a bunch of spare props for the Skull V2 as well. I think that's all I did to this one. I think, let me think for a second. Yeah, this was the Spektrum one. So I was able to bind it up to my radio, but I couldn't get it to arm. So, but that's my problem. It's because of my stupid module. I have this, let me show you. I've been trying to use this for running Spektrum, and it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So that's on me that it didn't work. So it'll work for whatever radio you're using, because you were flying this, obviously. It's full of grass and shit, so yeah, whatever radio you were using to fly this, you're gonna need to rebind it, and just bind it the same way you did before. The way that I bound it was in the CLI, doing a CLI command, the bind Spektrum, or no, you do Spektrum sat bind 9, bind it up, and then go back in the CLI and do Spektrum sat bind 0, and then you're good to go. And I believe I updated the firmware on this to 4.0.5 as well. Yeah, I for sure did. And it's all set up, ready to go. You just need to bind it. Alright, so that one's good. This one had a broken frame. So I got you a new frame. It had a broken duct right here. So that 4K frame comes with this brace too. So here's your old brace, because I put a new one on. So you'll have a spare brace, I guess, in case you break one. But yeah, it's got the new frame now. And you were having problems with getting it to start recording. I fixed, oh shit, actually I didn't fix it. You're gonna have to do it yourself. I got my micro SD in there. I'm trying to think, maybe I should just give you this micro SD, because you got to put your micro SD in there, and then you got to do the phone app and format the SD card, and then it'll start recording. Let me make sure that it's working right now, and I'll just give you this micro SD. If I don't remember, because I just built another quad with this same camera, and I had to do the same thing, so I don't remember what I did. But okay, let's just see real quick. I believe it is the front button that starts recording. Well, we got flashing. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, I did set it up. Okay. Yeah, see how the red light's flashing now? It was flashing when I plugged in. So I have it set up to where it automatically starts recording as soon as you plug in the battery. And then when you're done flying, you just got to push this front button once, and the flashing right here that you see in this little window will stop, and that means that it stopped recording. So let's try that again and see. If you see red flashing when I plug in the battery right here, then we know that it is automatically starting recording, which is good. Okay, it was solid. Now it's flashing. So yep, it starts recording as soon as you plug in the battery. Sweet. Then when you're done flying, just push this button once. Boom. Stops flashing. It stopped recording. Okay. Awesome. So this one's totally ready to go too. And I did not... no, I did not bind this up to my radio. But just in case you needed to bind it, I thought I put it in a good spot. Yeah, if you just move the battery strap... the button's right here. Clicking it right now. Okay, so very easy to access that if you need to, but you shouldn't need to because I didn't bind it. So it should still be bound up to your radio. And that's it. That should do it for all your quads. I'll get them boxed up and shipped out.